If you are joining me for the first time, please remember to click subscription button and hit that notification bell to be the first person to receive the video that will be produced by Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, updating you. Davi-tech-media, subscribe to Davi-tech-media.
The minister is greeting you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Fine, how are you? Sincere apologies for making you wait for such a long time. A lot of work was going on in the background. Okay. Don't know what we call him. He wants to come. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this press briefing. It may be recalled that on the 13th June 2017, the patriotic government banned the harvest and trade in Mukula species. The government then announced a number of measures which included the following. Number one, banning the export of all types of timber species until further notice, allowing concession license holders to continue operating and supply timber to the local industry in order to empower the local people and ensure sustainable operations of the timber industry. And three, allowing the export of sawn timber and finished timber products only. The above measures resulted in some concession license holders who legally harvested Mukula timber not to be able to sell their timber. This is because most of them intended to export logs directly as opposed to selling the timber locally. In an effort to curb illegal timber activities, the government designated Zafico Limited as the only institution to purchase and export legally harvested timber. Zafico was further designated to mop up and export all illegally harvested timber. Despite the patriotic government's ban of the harvest and trade in Mukula timber, exemptions of 4 entities to export Mukula was granted. It has since been noticed with concern by the New Dawn government of the UPND that this arrangement has been abused and has therefore perpetuated illegal activities in the harvesting and trade of Mukula timber. I'll repeat this. It has been noticed with concern by the New Dawn government of the UPND that this arrangement has been abused and has therefore perpetuated illegal activities in the harvesting and trade of Mukula timber. The illegal activities are causing government to lose the much needed non-tax revenue that is required to support other socio-economic sectors in order to improve the livelihoods of the majority Zambians. As you are aware, countrymen and women, the trade in timber is regulated by Forest Act number 4 of 2015, which provides for the following. Section 52 provides that a concession license will be given only to Zambian citizens or Zambian companies to cut, fell, or process timber from a specified forest area for a period not exceeding 5 years. Section 61 provides that a license or permit or any rights conferred under the license or permit shall not be transferred or assigned by the licensee or permit holder to any other person. Conservation and use of forests and trees will be for the sustainable management of forest ecosystems and biological diversity. Number 4, implementation of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the Paris Agreement, and any other international agreements to which Zambia is party to. You may recall, countrymen and women, that on the 24th September 2021, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources under the UPND government briefed members of the press and made a pronouncement to the effect that to bring equity in the right of timber, it is therefore necessary to suspend the harvesting and export of mukula with immediate effect in order to verify the documentation of those exempted and the impact of the 2017 ban, and establish the variation in the total amount authorized and that exported. In this regard, this same government would like to affirm that the ban in the harvest and trade of mukula timber remains in effect indefinitely. While the ban is in effect, the UPND government commits to undertake the following, among other measures. Number one, ensure that the trade in mukula and all other timber trading is done sustainably. We want to ensure that we keep deforestation, considering Zambia's commitments through the nationally determined goals which aim to reduce carbon emissions and adapt to the impacts of climate change and be in line with the Paris Agreement and the United Nations Framework Convention for Climate Change. We want to carry out a thorough assessment of mukula stocks in the country to determine quantities, establish the true value, and determine the potential of a thriving timber industry with emphasis on value addition, job, and wealth creation. Number five, we want to develop and put in place mechanisms that will be fair, inclusive, and equitable to all Zambians, including women and youths. This will entail empowerment of the youths and many Zambians economically, as opposed to enriching the very few like it was happening in last administration. Number five, to assess and determine the quantity and value of mukula so far exported. We also want to initiate the process of amendments to the Forest Act number 4 of 2015 in order to provide for stiffer penalties to deter would-be offenders. We also want to review, number 6, to review relevant subsidiary legislation in order to ensure that all Zambians eligible to trade in timber without any form of discrimination obtain optimum benefits from the timber industry. Number 7, we want to explore the possibility of providing small and medium enterprises engaged in the timber valuation startup funds. Ladies and gentlemen, countrymen and women, I now wish to address the matter regarding transiting mukula logs from the DRC through Zambia. You may understand that given its geographical location, Zambia needs to facilitate movement of various goods through its territory. It should be noted that the 27 ban included transiting through Zambia of selected valuable timber species, including mukula. However, pursuant to the 2017 ban, the government of the Republic of Congo made an appeal to the Zambian government to be allowed to transit 3,440 foot containers through Zambia. Consequently, the Zambian government issued statutory instrument number 96 of 2018, which is the control of goods, that's import and export, forestry produce, authorization of importation, Democratic Republic of Congo, Order 2018, to allow AFACAT transit through Zambia the 3,440 foot containers. The statutory instrument was further renewed in 2019 through statutory instrument number 58 and the 2020 through statutory instrument number 83. Statutory instrument number 58 ceased to have effect on 28th June 2021. However, at this time, AFACAT had only moved about 1,540 foot containers out of the 3,400 containers.
Thank you very much for tuning in at Davi-tech-media. Remember, Davi-tech-media is the media that shares news, trending videos, political news, gospel music, as well as entertainment. Please don't forget to click that subscription button and that notification bell to be the very first person to receive the video that will be produced and posted by Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, updating you.